What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between our visitors and our home team. On the visiting Voyager sideline stands their head coach. His side staying on the road to begin the year. They got that win last week, hoping to do the same now. And on the other sideline, there's a look at the Lumberjacks head coach. His guys all still able to start the season with a win, so somebody's going to leave here with a 2-0 record after this one. From the booth alongside Brock Heward, I'm Keith Scott, and we're just about set to get this one started. And away we go from Brooklyn. Brooks now on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
And even if he's still pretty early in his career, we know he is perfectly comfortable and settled into this spot as the be-all, end-all for this offense. Every time you take the field as a quarterback, you know you're gaining experience. You're getting more comfortable in the role. And as he goes forward, he tries to learn and take something away from each and every one of these moments.
Throwing to start this game. This one finds Taylor. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
And the defense was all over that throw. Able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
They run for the first time with a rookie from Clemson. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Within 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
To the air on 3rd and long. Throw left side. Taylor has it. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. So here comes this offense as they get set for their opening drive. And it'll be their second-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
Pete, I know you get tired of hearing me say there's no substitute for experience, but it is totally true taking the reins of an NFL team as a young quarterback. You want the game to slow down, and the only way it slows down is to get more and more of these opportunities to go lead your team game in and game out.
He's going to keep it this time, and he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Hauled in left side. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 49-yard line.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Grabbed by Besh, left side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Throwing from the gun here. Short pass brought in. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's going to bring up first down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Got it. Ready?
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Let's go.
From the red zone on 1st. Cut out left. And this one does not go far.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call pretty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Still sticking with the passing game. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Voyagers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Well, Brock, they get an early opportunity here inside the red zone, but nothing comes of it after that interception.
Yeah, no question, Kate. You expect that this won't be their last chance or the last time they get in the red zone. This will, or at least should, be the last chance that it ends in a pick. They're going to take that Microsoft Surface tablet. Everybody is. They're going to pull that play up, and most importantly, they're going to try to identify what happened so it doesn't happen again.
To throw here on 1st down. Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds his back complete. And they don't get any help on their 2nd down, Brock. He is out right along the line, so no gain. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Air it out on 3rd. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Mason Taylor that time. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
If you're keeping stats, that's now 0 for 2 on keeping drives going, and hopefully not an indicator of what's to come. You know, you don't convert on 3rd down. Not only playing against your opponents, you start playing with your own psyche as well.
He's hit before he can get anything on that return. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. And as they take the field, Brock, they got to be thankful that interception didn't cost him. Still scoreless here.
I like how you say they. I think the quarterback in particular
Yep.
right, loves a chance to have in golf a breakfast ball or a mulligan, another opportunity to flush that first drive away.
Dump off caught by his back. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Need something positive here.
2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Complete out to the right. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Line number 11.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give the quarterback a chance.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Give him 24 on that play. And that gives him a 1st down. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game. And you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Get up, go!
Back to the well again. And he'll get him a handful on that run as we've reached the end of the first. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back in a moment with more of the NFL on EA Sports. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They've got 3rd and 2 to start out. Here he is on 3rd and short. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
And up Brooklyn. 1st down. 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Going ground on 1st and goal. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. Still set up at the 9. It's 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Dropping back to throw. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
A gain of 8 yards.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get you quick.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Lumberjacks get the game's first points here in the 2nd. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Extra point attempt coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest.
Voyagers, nothing.
And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. Well, no real answers for that one. I can't imagine you would do that intentionally for any reason, can you? Yeah, no, but some excellent field position awarded for that kick out of bounds. So 1st down from the 41. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. This one's complete. DeAndre Lambert-Smith. That's 16 on the pickup. And that means 1st down.
16 yards.
That's one of those plays, Kate, where every position on the offense gets a gold star. They all did their job, enough protection to allow the quarterback time to find his receiver, who went all the way from the right side of the field to the left side of the field to do some damage.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Lumberjacks will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
The best defenses, you can go look at it through the decades, are built from the inside out. And that's not just stopping the run on the inside out. That's playing your coverage from the inside out. That time, beautiful job by the defense of taking away the middle of the field, getting that interception, and setting their offense up for success.
The Lumberjacks and this running back headed back out for a new series. And this is an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season.
Let's go. Viking 18. Ready, ready.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ready.
He's going to throw this one. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
We've set it down from 37.
Here we go. Check.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Ready, ready.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Ready. Count, go.
Throwing off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on. Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down? You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
He puts one through the uprights, and now he'll send it towards the other end zone. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. This offense ready to get going again now. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for them that could have postseason implications down the line. Oh, baby, he gets dropped and the ball is out. And the defense has got it.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here.
On the ready.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Get it. Ready.
The give now out of the shotgun. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Ready.
Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st down and goal to go.
They'll try and punch it in. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Give some credit to this offense. They almost got it done on just 1 play running the ball in. I got to be honest, the 1st down run often leads to 2nd down pass, but I don't think so now. Now you push that pile, go finish this drive.
Cougar 19. Ready, ready.
Gets it again. And he's still going backwards as they get him behind the line. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their 1st. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
Here he is now, 3rd and goal. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense are down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal.
Hey, 3rd down, I get it. Give your quarterback some freedom, right, to make a play, even if he's got to work backwards. But it can blow up in your face as it did right there when nothing opens up.
So 4th down, and out comes the field goal unit. This will be around a 33-yarder for him. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that will add to their score.
Dude, I call that a win-win in the first half. You win on the scoreboard, obviously, by adding 3 and adding to your lead. But you also win mentally, making your opponent know if they make a mistake, you're going to capitalize.
He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Voyagers returning their offense and this running back to the field. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. Offense to the line. Here we go. They're going play action. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Second and 10, still at the 28. Trying to throw this from the gun. Fits it through the middle. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that gives him the first. Moving quickly, trying to get set. They go play action on 1st down. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the net's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
They'll run it from the gun. Hop behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7. Throw here, 3rd down. Defender is there, he knocks it away, and that's going to force 4th down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception with just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized the pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. Their offense headed out now, not much time left before the half. And they can try to move this into field goal range, Brock, if they so choose. 55 seconds left.
Come on.
They'll work against the blitz. That's incomplete left side. Not on the same page with his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
From the 6.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45.
Get it. Cougar 19.
Looking to throw here. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. That one's intercepted. And they get to him and tackle him on the return, but will this turnover count, partner? I don't know. There's a flag on the play. The game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty, and now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Setting up to throw. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. To the line they go. It's second down.
Let's go, Scotty.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Finds his target, Ryman. And he'll get this up to his own 44. Tackle made by Nehemiah Pritchett.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
The defense takes its third and final timeout. Third down, and they need to get 10.
Here we go, Steady.
Here he goes, third and long. Catch made over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
17. A gain of 5. It's fourth down.
So a two-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hansen. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the Halftime Report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the second quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half. So let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive of the second half. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
And this one doesn't go far.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative. On first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it too.
Second down now, 7 to go. Throwing now off the play action. Buys time, rolling right. Man downfield, and he finds Bench. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That's such a good example, Kate. You don't have to be an elite runner to be a good thrower of the football on the run. The same fundamentals, the attention to detail to be a good pocket passer, they show up on the run as well. That's excellent.
And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that sack drives him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of their second down.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's down to almost, oh, no, they're actually going to give him the 30 here. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And they're going to have a first down now.
I love that call on 3rd down because it just gives you options. The best 3rd down teams are teams that do just that. Right? They give you options. You don't let the defense dictate to you. You look at what they're giving you, and you take advantage of it.
And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll run now on second down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
3rd and 6.
18 Cardinal, 18.
No throw, 3rd and long. Finds Bench, complete. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Just keep that defense on its heels.
They'll run here on first down. That's a nice running there on that 7-yard gain. Make it second down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Hand off on second and short. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown. The Lumberjacks grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
They're leaving the offense out there, and they're trying for two.
The offense will line up for a 2-point conversion.
They give it to the back of the zone read. And the defense holds him at the 2, Brock. He can't get beyond the line. Still a couple yards short of that end zone.
You know, sometimes it just feels like the opposing coaches are sitting right inside your skull. They read the call and were set up perfectly to counter it.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And nearly to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds. Their offense running back out now. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. Look at a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Forced out to his right. And Eagles line down just a little bit shy of getting that first down, but better to avoid the hit. Smart play there, and it's going to set up 2nd and 1 at most. He's going to throw it. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation. Just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Buying some time right. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to be across midfield close to the 45 before going out. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Motion man sent left. On 1st down, they'll run. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
This one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 26 yards there. And that's good for a new set of downs.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll run here from the gun. Next snap coming inside the red zone, Brock. He picks up 9 on the play.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Throw left side. Taylor has it. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Following the play, Brock, medical staff headed out. Looks like they're going to take a look at injured tight end Mason Taylor. They've got 3 tight ends on this 1st and goal, thinking run or play action.
Here we go, set.
And motion a tight end left. There's a give on 1st and goal. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Pretty easy for me to play armchair quarterback up here and say I just don't like that call on 1st and 5, especially when you get nothing from it. Man, that one stinks.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. That one's incomplete in the end zone. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on fourth, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
It's 3rd and goal, back to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. He has the touchdown. The Voyagers start the second half with some needed points. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Wk2 to add the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Voyagers shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12.
Voyagers 7.
Wk2 all set now for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The offense getting set to go. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Ooh, that one's nearly intercepted. The defense read that one perfectly. A poor choice to make that throw. Second down coming up. So play number 1 almost ended this drive. Let's see what play number 2 has in store. Again to throw on second. Getting out to his left. He takes it himself. The escape finally caught, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the defense. Nothing doing on the return, but the damage already done, partner. They take it away on the fumble.
Well, that was quite a roller coaster ride of momentum. Starts with the QB ripping off a beautiful chunk run, and it ends up with the other QB running out after his team forces the critical fumble.
Here comes their offense out again. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
Trying to find his tight end. And it's going to be second down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
60 Eagles!
The give here on second. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. So 20 yards on that play. And that is good for a first down.
Kate, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during a game, and that run, that was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with a twist, and head the other way for a big run.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Back now, pressure coming. Chased out to his right. And they're going to have first and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
That's good for an Oklahoma City first down. A gain of 13 yards.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Handoff now from the gun. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up, because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on first and goal, it sets the table for more success.
And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown! The Voyagers now within 1 score in the 4th. It's a Taz Walker touchdown. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. Boy, there was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he still found his man.
Yeah, you don't really recommend challenging double coverage in the end zone in this league, but when you give your receiver a chance in that spot, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust that your guys are better than the ones surrounding him, and he'll go make that play anyway.
That one splits the uprights. And the Voyagers trim the deficit down to 5.
14.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. He fields it from the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. This offense getting all set for this series. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over.
On the set.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
Come on. Hit. 77.
They'll go play action. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
58.
First down, play action. Snag near the boundary by Besh. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And that is a touchdown. The Lumberjacks make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Setting up to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lumberjacks push the lead up to 12.
Lumberjacks 26. Voyagers 14.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Brooks now on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Their offense ready to take the field now. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. First call here coming from the shotgun. They'll throw to start the drive. Into the hands of Walker. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
There he is on 3rd and short. And that's a win for the pass rush. hit as he threw it. Leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and incomplete.
They'll run for this. And forget the marker, Brock. He's not even making it back to the line. They're turning this over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in four-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The Lumberjacks headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half.
Tag! Hawk 70! Hawk 70! Ready?
Starting this drive with a design run. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to bring up first down.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Shot. Let's go.
Back to the well again. Quick adjustment defensively to stop him this time, so no gain on first down.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Ready?
They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
It's double-edged sword. I totally understand. These quarterbacks today are so athletic, and they love to keep plays alive, but it can turn smaller losses into much bigger setbacks like we see yet again.
Left side gets it out quick, and it's caught. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do it through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did. Well, those 3 points make a comeback that much more difficult now. 2 touchdowns got to be scored, and that 2-point conversion, that's a job really well done.
Brooks now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Back out runs their offense. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. To the air now on 1st and 10. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So 2nd down coming up.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
One of the tight ends in motion left. He's going to throw again on 2nd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Third and long for him here. Downfield finds Lambert Smith. Into the red zone. He does it. Touchdown. The Voyagers can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Extra three-point try coming. This would importantly make it a one-score game. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the fourth.
That's the score. Lumberjacks 29, Voyagers 21.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Fielded at the 7. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The offense headed back to the field. And this really looks like a whole different ball game after that touchdown, doesn't it? They really need to go on a drive here.
Ready up.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. 7.
Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. Dropped for the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Running there to haul it in. They cross the 40. Nice run there. And all the way up to the 42-yard line before he stopped. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that gives him a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Let's go now.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Ready.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good for a few. It brings up 3rd down. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half.
3rd and 8.
3rd down here, need 8 on the play.
Ready. 60 by 6.
He's back to throw. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be 4th down.
Gain of 6 on the play. It's now 4th down and 1.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Brooklyn. Lumberjacks leading by 8. The punt team headed out now for the Lumberjacks. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. But he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Now outruns their offense to take over. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. First call here coming from the shotgun. Here he is to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Working fast as that clock ticks down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 30-yard line.
He'll look to throw it. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's 2nd down coming up. Setting up to pass. And again, it's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back, and 2 straight incompletions. It made this 3rd down.
It's quarterback you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find a throwing lane. And he couldn't do it on that one.
Now to throw. Feed it to his running back. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout, as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it.
Here we go, set. Cougar 19.
Desperation time here on fourth. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Here we go, set.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. Drawing up the design keeper. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And they're stacking momentum right away this season as they begin the year 2-0. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Lumberjacks as we say so long from Brooklyn.